everybody. Rockin all over the Burbs. We are here in Brunswick in Berkeley Square to talk all things Carlton, all things AFL. Let's have a listen to what the folk are got to say. There we go. Well, we hadn't even turned the cameras on, and the lovely Sandra has approached us and said, "Oh, what are you doing with the camera? You're all dressed up very nicely in your Carlton outfits here in Berkeley Square, Brunswick." Sandra, hello.
Hello.
Lovely to meet you. But unfortunately, you go for the Bombers.
Yes.
Why?
I like Essendon.
Can I be on?
Yeah, you can be on. Yeah, who do you follow in the footy?
Frio.
Good man. What's your name?
James.
James. Paul.
Okay, so I think...
What's your name?
I'm Sonny. I'm Sonny and I go Frio and you guys robbed us.
What's your name?
Sonny and I go
Sonny
Frio.
and
I gotta get back to school after.
He's got to get back to school. Had a good win on the
And
weekend.
I want to live in Essendon too.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Oh, Lebo, Iraqi, Lebo, mate, 100%. Italian. That's like the whole Carlton Collingwood is just like all Italians and Lebos, mate. Can they win the flag this year, the Bombers?
I hope so.
No, I don't think. I think they've got no chance in hell, to be quite honest. Even Rocco behind the cameras not saying too much either. He's just shaking his head. Are you recording this time? Are you actually recording? He's actually recording. All right, he's actually recording. You know, yeah, you can be on. You can be on. Come back in the shade. What do you got there? A pair of underwear?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. How's that? We good here? Why don't you come a bit closer? How's that? Is that better? There we go.
Gotta go back now.
All right, here, go. How's that? We good? Well, who's your favourite player from the Bombers?
Anyone. I mean, they're all good.
Just say they're all good. She was like,
they're all good. I mean, they're all good.
And before we got, about a minute ago, we actually got this young fella, Carl, on video. Great answers as well. He said he wanted to be a scientist. He goes, "I want to be a magician." I said, "Great." I go, "Can you make Collingwood and Essendon disappear?" He goes, "Yes, no worries." And this banana behind the camera, Rocco forgot to record it. You said your husband was a Collingwood supporter. Yeah. So how does that work? How does that work in a household?
They get very emotional when they win,
right?
And they love their footy.
Has he got all his teeth?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we've got Big Coda here. He saw the cameras. He wanted to get his arms in front of it, just like me. We just had a great chat with a young man called Carl. I don't know if he's going to be watching this, but there's going to be no footage of you, sir, because the bloke behind the camera decided it'd be a good idea not to press record on the interview. So now I'd assume you're a painter of some sort.
Painting, plasterer.
There we go. Yes, exactly like my old man, mate. They work hard, but unfortunately, you go for the pies, mate.
Go for the pies. Never will change. I hate Carlton. I'm going to pump you around, eh? He's going to choke. No premiership for the next 30 years for you guys.
We've got Otto. We've got the great Otto here. Number 8. The number 8. But that's your nickname. What's your actual name? Tell the listeners your actual name.
Ottavio.
Yeah, but it's not Ottavio. It's Ottavio.
Ottavio.
Hey, there you go. Now, we've been asked to put the cameras away by security.
The fun police.
The fun police are out. Legally, we have to sign documentation. I feel like Julian Assange at the moment. Going to say, who do your children follow?
Collingwood.
They're Collingwood as well. Now, your daughter's over there in the car. We're not going to film her because I think she's there doing her makeup and doing her hair. But is she in a rush or?
No, kind of. But,
okay.
We're going to celebrate and drink tequila tonight.
Jeez, he's coming. I like people who come in and just go whack. They just go absolutely whack. Do you think your boys are cooked this year? Can they win the flag, or is it just done and dusted?
We're going back to back regardless.
You reckon they're going to go back to back?
Yes, we are.
I reckon there's something in the fumes of the paint. Now, we're trying to have fun with the public. We're trying to have a good laugh. We're trying to chat about the football, about what this town is all about. And there's always someone that has to ruin the fun. Now, this great man, he is the brother of a lovely lady, lovely friend of mine called Lydia. And she's got a Carlton scarf. Your dog's got the Carlton teddy.
Yeah, she has.
Mate, I tell you what, they're like a new Carlton fan. Even your old man's really getting into it. Big shout out to Schiff. Big shout out to Doria. Hello, how are you? Now, why is that? You informed? Sandra's turned 60.
Jubilee. So we're going to really party.
Hey, give your work a bit of a shout out. We like to do that here. It's not all about us or anything like that.
Shout out to DB Painting Maintenance. We do everything, so just give us a call whenever.
There you go.
And go to pies.
Come through. Yeah, bring the rolls through. Yeah, no problems. Come through. Yeah, all good. Yeah, all good. No problems. Yeah.
Today, it's just there's too much freedom. It's
Too much freedom.
Yeah.
What does too much freedom mean?
Oh, well, when we were young, we didn't have choices. We got bang, and it was done. And it's either that or, you know. But now,
Exactly.
the kids have to be hit hard. That's what Joe Bentley says.
You know what? I'll tell you this. I reckon if that security guard had been leader of our defence on the weekend, we might have won. No, you don't really follow the footy, do you?
I don't.
So what are you doing in front of the camera?
I don't know, you asked to talk.
Ah, you throw me under the bus. If you look around, right, just look around and see what's going on. How are we causing an issue?
We're actually bringing joy to the world.
To Berkeley Square. Look at the misery here. There's just misery everywhere. Look at all these Essendon supporters, Collingwood. There's just misery. Monday-itis is rife through Berkeley Square. We're trying to make people smile, Rock. Uni?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right. Now, I want you to say one thing. I know you don't really follow the footy, but you follow Carlton, don't you?
No, Richmond.
You follow Richmond?
Yeah.
You like Tim Watson?
Oh, yeah, he's
I work
good.
with Tim Watson. Did you know that?
No, he's good.
I work with Tim Watson.
Yeah.
There you go.
See?
Shout out to Tim. Hello,
Yeah.
Tim. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Gary and Tim. Hello. That's right. They make it and lose them.
He's
Aside
only,
from last year.
he's only winning March, not December.
Hey, it's been a good streak while it lasted.
Yeah, it is.
Good man. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Rocco's not happy. He's not happy. He wants a security guard to come back. Who's going to finish above Collingwood? Going to finish above the Blues?
Look, it's possible. I reckon we'll both make top 4.
Oh!
I'll give credit to where it's due. So.
Carlton Collingwood grand final.
No, he's don't make it that far. He's don't make grand finals, so yeah.
Essendon, but it's too expensive. You're paying for the postcode.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you
It is a nice area.
save up and maybe
Yeah.
listen to my racing tips, you might be able to live in this. Since when?
Always.
Really? Okay, since they won the premierships?
No, before that.
Okay, all right, okay.
If you look around, just look at their faces, right? People are just waiting to die. Right? We come here, bit of joy, fun police, done. You can't have fun anymore.
Are we doing crypto?
Crypto boys here.
We actually are doing crypto. Big shout out to Carlton Coin, Big Ur. Give a shout out say hello to Ur.
Hello.
Ur, his name's Ur. Say hello, Ur.
Ur.
Yeah, Ur.
And everyone
He's
gets
a-
your Carlton coin.
Everyone get your Carlton Coin and get on it. There you go. See, wasn't that a nice little segue into the Carlton Coin? All right. What are you actually studying? I forgot what he was studying.
Fashion zone.
Fashion design. What's his get up?
When are you going to start, like...
I was just going to say, when's the fashion design going to start on yourself, sir?
I just tried.
Maybe it's... See, you know what? As soon as we lose, no one wants to talk to us.
Got a couple of fellas here, mate. Follow footy?
Who do you follow? Tiggs. Oh, you got to come on and have a chat about the mighty Tiggs. Have a seat. Pull up a seat. Hey, mate, Spira's a good-looking rooster, mate. Yeah. He's got more hair than us.
Jesus.
He's got more hair than us.
Those caps are good.
He's got...
mate.
Hey,
Not a bad, yeah.
he's had a bad year. He's had a bad week like the Blues did last week. We lost last week. We played like absolute poo on the weekend. But no. What goes
Follow
on?
footy, mate? No, you don't?
No, he
You
just...
should be miserable like us.
Yeah, give a shout out to whoever you need to give a shout out to.
Nah, I got no one apart from yourself. Good to see you doing your
That's
work.
yeah, mate. You're still here. Go back to uni, mate. What are you doing, mate? Go back. He said he was going back. He's still here. Still here. We want the cash.
No cash here, Robert.
Mate, there's no cash, mate. Got my mate here. It's all unravelling like our team defence. Hopefully he's pressed record on this. Now, Rocco and I have been sitting down. We're trying to get people over the Monday-itis and the misery with which is bestowed upon Berkeley Square at the moment. But we're doing well. We have got Joel and Matt. Is that right? That's correct. All right. Correct. Now you're a
Richmond.
and you're a
Bombers.
No one wants to chat to us
No
today.
one wants to chat to us today.
This might be it for Rockin' all over the Burbs.
Might be just us two.
We can do the jumper punch from here.
We can do it from here.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What's the
My ride.
My ride. Okay,
My ride,
beautiful.
Brunswick.
My ride, Brunswick. Okay, beautiful. I'll say it about 25 times. We've all had pretty dodgy results over the weekend, except you, mate. Your boys were pretty good on the weekend.
Gets the dogs.
Are they going to make finals?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay, all right, for sure. What'd you make of the result over the weekend, Rock? What'd you make of the result over the weekend?
You know those words we used to use?
What were they? Oh, tough, hard, rugged and gutsy.
We used none of them on
No,
the
we didn't. No, we didn't. All right, we've come down to my road. My road.
No, I hit it.
Oh, here there, mate. Far out. Malacca's menu, mate. That's all right. Your boys were...
Abysmal.
They were. Well, it looked pretty good at the start, didn't it? And then it all just faded away.
4-goal first quarter. Was looking for a drumming, a bit of stat padding, good on the percentage, but yeah, once we lost Jaden Short early.
You know what? We've never actually done early nominations for Banana of the Week.
Oh, let's do it.
But I think there's been a few. Now, we don't want to single out individuals. We never single out
I don't want to
individuals.
single out like individual players because
Right, okay.
it's not fair.
No,
but
of course.
always one.
We're doing the jumper punch here, rocking all over the... This is actually quite old, mate. I'm actually enjoying this.
I like this.
Now...
Hey, this is a better studio than most of the content I see.
You know what's funny about this particular position here? If you actually remember, Sam Newman on Street Talk was in this particular spot when the gentleman came through here on the trailer, naked. Remember, this is the exact spot. This is the exact spot. He is a dead set gun.
Mate,
He is a gun.
He's peg from 50.
Mate.
It's a guarantee. It's $1.01.
He's $1. You put that in the same gamer, don't you?
Same game.
every week. All right, we have come down to my ride here in Brunswick with... We might even call him one of Jumper Punch's OGs, one of our original gangsters, because he was one of our very first interviews on our channel. We've got Spiro Corkamilla. Spiro, how are you?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
We're very, very well. That's fantastic. Do you know what's starting to irk me now? The last 3 weeks have been playing poorly. That's what I've seen. That's what I've started to see do the rounds, right? You weren't saying that after the game we won. Now that we've lost, cuddle up, boys, cuddle up. There's nothing like a bit of bondage here. There's nothing like a bit of male bondage. On your cobber.
Who do you follow? Yeah.
Samoa.
Yeah, Samoa. They're good side.
Who plays for Samoa?
I don't know.
Now, we're all part of the Big Four, you would suggest, right? Now, who is closer to a flag between all our 3 clubs at the moment? I'll ask you, Matt. Now be honest. Don't take your Essendon cap off. Be honest.
Mate, I got no clue. I don't know, no comment. No comment on that one.
Spoken like a true politician. Spoken like James Hird after the saga. No comment. Thank you very much. A little bit disappointed after the weekend, but we thought, you know what, we thought we'd come in here and we come see you so you can lighten up the mood. I know you said it was a bit of a disappointing result, but it's been an okay start to the year, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. When we're comparing it to sort of last year, I mean, the boys have started well, you know, bit fortunate in a couple of games, but they've got through, which is a good sign. Yeah, and one that got away, I thought, on the weekend.
Mate, that bloke, if we had have answered the wrong way to him or asked him the wrong question, this camera would be over our head and he would have strangled us.
He would have moulded us like a dome and made an Italian pastry.
Who's closer to a flag, Joel? The Blues, the Tigs, or the Bombers?
It's got to be Carlton. Carlton coming into this season after last season's finals, mate, you're looking too hot. It's sad to
We'll agree.
I don't want to agree to it, but yeah, I'd rather use them win than Essendon, I reckon. I want the Essendon to continue.
Yeah,
want to get 8,000 days.
This is the first time I've actually been here for quite a while.
I haven't been here for ages. Brunswick.
It's completely changed.
Since Franco Cozzo left.
It's not the same, is it?
Brunswick.
Oh, wouldn't it have been great if we could actually go up there and say hello to him?
To heaven.
Do you know that page about Essendon? No, it got taken down.
On Facebook it did, but on Twitter it's still going.
On Twitter, on Facebook, it got taken down for bullying. Did you feel bullied by that page, Matt?
Yeah, I did actually.
Well, you can only ride your luck as best as possible. Is that a good one?
Absolutely, mate. Very, very good. Yeah. No.
Electricians.
Sparkies, yeah. What's the business? Give it a bit of a plug. We want to give all local business a plug and give the bit.
Airport West. Yeah.
Is it one of your businesses or you work?
We work for the man. But
Who's the man?
The boys in blue. That's what we call us.
Okay, very nice. All right. Now, remember how we kept saying?
Here we go.
Remember how we kept saying?
So you're filming?
Outside.
Outside, mate.
This is private property. This is parking square.
Yeah.
Permission to build anywhere in the centre.
Yeah, can you get that policy for us, mate?
You want me to get the office manager here? Yeah.
That'd be fantastic.
I know. Anyway, GWS this week, mate. So that's
Well,
another
that's
big
it.
test. And,
That's exactly right.
You know, and they've been real good. So it'll be a real testing ground for us as well.
I think it's still, and people say you can't compare the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s to now, but I still think the philosophy and the mental side of things is still the same. When you had, and you would have played in games where you were expected to win, but you lost.
Yeah.
How did you approach the next week? Was it, oh, geez, we were shocking this weekend, we need to revamp everything, or is it just a reinforcement of what you've done well to get back into the swing of things?
Yeah, I mean, you're going back a long way now, mate.
Not too far. Mate, hey, he's still a good-looking rooster, so we're not going back too far. He's got more hair than Rocco and I.
A long way.
For your, I know you said finals, but where are your boys going to finish?
Top 10 for sure.
Top 10, jeez. Jeez, the standards. Good Lord. Dearie me. Good Lord.
So
The fun police is here.
the fun police is here. He's called the manager.
Look
We're in
out.
trouble.
We're in trouble.
I wonder what they're going to do to us.
We've been asked to pack up.
We've been asked to pack up.
And the Tigs, where are they going to finish?
Well, we're going to get the Harley Reid next year. I'm happy with that. So hopefully, bottom 4, look for draft picks. Mate, look at this. The bosses got cheapy last night in the group chat. They're all Essendon fans. And I said, listen, mate, we've got about as many injuries as you've had days since the final win, so pipe down. But next year, we're sweet. We're back. We're back on.
Honestly, back in those days, we won a lot.
They did.
We won,
They did.
We won most of their games and we lost, mate. So it was a little bit. So it was just sort of go back to training,
Yes.
reinforce what we did. Parker was sort of, I reckon Parker was that far ahead as a coach. It wasn't funny. Like the guys do these days as well, but he did a lot of preparation. We go back, have a look what we did wrong, but it was always positive,
Of course.
And the way we sort of went about it, because we kept winning, it was more that positive sort of attitude around the place, as we're probably starting to see a little bit now.
I think so.
Yeah.
I gotta wait.
Can't do nothing right here. All we want to do is have fun.
Here we go.
Do you think that MPE can get the spark back into the Tigers?
I reckon that we're going to end it there. Rocco's got a confession about the boys from, what was it, MPE?
MPE electricity.
He's got a confession. What's your confession?
Man, for about 5 minutes I was thinking about, I got this joke I reckon I can use about electricity, what can I do? And then I come up with some gold.
I mean, if you look at it, and I think we can say, you can zoom into one game and say, oh, yeah, they were poor. But if you, I don't know if you take this view, but do you look at it from last season into this season and say, okay, well, the whole block of things is actually pretty solid and we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah. The competition's so, everyone says, oh, the competition's so even, it's almost becoming cliche, but if you're off just that little bit, you get done.
Oh, absolutely. And Adelaide, I thought this week, were, they were a real danger game. They've lost 4, come back out. But we are. I mean, we've improved. There's a lot of guys sort of, doing well. A few injuries aren't going to help either going forward.
They're not.
But as a whole, mate, I think the club's in a really, really good state compared to where it has been over the last sort of 15 years.
Absolutely. Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Of course.
Imagine if he asked us to wipe the tape.
Can't.
Breaking news here out of my ride as well. Chera, McGovern and Sard. It's going to be about 2 to 4 weeks for all of them. So it's not great, but it's not panic stations.
Do you need another on-baller or not?
Are you still fit enough? What's the beep test for you now?
Run out of some oranges and stuff like that. Maybe, these days we'll sit in the forward pocket.
I have to pack up.
Unless he calls the police and we get arrested. Oh, that'll be great content.
I imagine that.
I can't wait. The views.
Officer, arrest me. The smalls. Look, the inside is that it's about high running and the output is not going to be as high, but you still got to impact the game. They didn't impact the game on the weekend. I don't think they've impacted the season. I mean, Durden's been okay. Orazio's been meh.
Yeah.
I think we miss Motlop.
Yeah.
I think we miss a bit of spark up there.
Yeah, that's right. A bit of speed and stuff, and a bit of magic. I mean, Martin's the other guy. I reckon we miss a lot as well.
Oh,
he's got a lot.
Out.
He's got a lot of sort of grunt about him and stuff like that. And he, normally polishes off. But we do need a good small. I think that's just to help the other 2 big boys up forward for sure.
But isn't this outdoors?
You think so? No, he reckons is it all... Who's it owned by?
I don't know. Private property.
I want to know who it's owned by.
Completely agree with that. What about the season sort of moving forward? I know we've got the Giants this week and we need to bounce back pretty quickly. And I think that's a sign of a good team if they come back out and get the job done this week. But the season as a whole, prelim last year, where do you think is I don't want to say pass mark because you don't want to pin them down to one thing, but is it grand final based off what happened last season?
Well, the expectation would be. I mean, reality is another story.
It's good to have that expectation, though, because that's the club, and you know all about it.
Well, that's what...
On the spot.
Barclays Square. Ownership. Is owned by people just like you.
We all, I suppose, as a, and we did as well. You got to aim for the grand final.
100%.
You go through. I mean, things happen throughout the season, and you look at things and see how you're going. I mean, but at this point in time, I'm sure they'd be looking at that. I mean, a few injuries now aren't going to help. Because the depth sort of is another sort of side of it as well. But as a whole, mate, I mean, they would be looking at a grand final. I would have thought, Bossy, sort of for sure.
Yeah. Where's he gone?
Security man has disappeared.
Ange actually said something really interesting. I don't know if you agree with this, but he said blocks of games. Was that something that Parko was adamant about?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you go along blocks of games, reassess after six.
Yeah.
It was like a six sort of week block, and then we reassess and do all that sort of stuff, So, I mean, it's so more fine line now these days compared to what we were playing.
How many coaches are there now? There's about 17 coaches for each.
I mean, you can't sneeze and no one knows about it these days, mate. So, but
maybe it was an empty threat, Rock. Maybe it was an empty
he
threat.
Didn't know what he did. You could see when he put on, no one answered him.
You know what it was? It was just a plastic. It was just a bit of plastic. You remember the Eddie Maguire phone?
But as a whole, it's over sort of coach and stuff like that. So I mean, they've got to try to keep it a bit simple
100%.
as well. Sometimes I reckon.
Yeah, completely agree. Completely agree.
As a whole.
Where's the ops manager? Come, Rock. Let's try and find the ops manager. Come on. But back to basics. If you don't get the basics right, and we had to defend that last 6 minutes against Adelaide. But
there's a few mistakes made in that last sort of 6 minutes. I'm sure they'll go over it and have a look. And I mean, we'll have talk about it, do all that, and I'm sure the boys know who they were and what happened. So yeah, it happened.
You're not in there. The team defence throughout the whole game was not good enough.
Yeah, as a whole, I mean, really, we had 8-10 more scoring shots. Probably should have capitalised, with
100%.
A couple of things early and not put ourselves in that position early,
Exactly.
Probably could have been a couple more goals up, I reckon, just watching the game. And that's what happens at the end. You don't put them away, they come back, and these days that's how it is.
That's football.
Yeah, it is, mate.
That's football. Yeah, not in the recycling bin. I'll swoop Luke's in there. Hey, Swoopy. People will blame Matt Owies.
Yep.
He should have kicked the goal.
Sure, yeah, of course.
My opinion, I don't know if you agree with this, it should never have got down to that scenario when you're 16 points up with 6.5 minutes to go.
Sure, but it did. Harry
Correct.
dropped the mark before Owies.
Yes.
He should have taken the
mark.
mark.
It's like a domino effect.
And then Owies does what he does, kicks the ground. I mean, you give him 10 out of those, he kicks them, but he didn't, like situation pressure. Yeah. And I'm sure the young kid sort of, he feels ordinary about it, mate.
Yeah,
Who was the best Carlton player?
He said Milhana.
It is. So, I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 incidents in that sort of last quarter.
The whole game.
I reckon that
the whole game.
We could have sort of sewn it up, but we didn't. And, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
And I think it's amateur hour if you pinpoint one particular moment and say that's why we lost.
Nah, you just...
But that's what fans do.
Yeah. And sometimes it is that one situation, but in our case, I mean, you go looking back, there was probably 4 or 5
100%.
situations, I reckon, that, you could go back and start to pinpoint, but, mate, you just got to go forward, as you say. These days, have a look at it, talk, and off you go.
Now, we're going to try and reach the Premiership Summit. But this is Essendon to Tep because I can't climb up the wall. Final question. What's on for Greek Easter?
Oh, really? That's on shortly, isn't it? 5th of May or something, I think, mate. The typical thing, lamb on the spit and stuff. Off we go, mate. My old man's gone now, but every Easter used to be the lamb on the spit, So it was just traditional. And he does a good lamb on the spit, and I miss it a bit, mate, to be quite honest.
Oh, mate, it's the best. Big shout out to Rexy here. Don't go smoking here, mate. I'll get you thrown out. Here, sit down, you blokes. You should be at the cricket. You should be at the cricket, you idiot. Don't go starting farting, mate. You piss off yourself. Sit down, you mongrel. Bloody smoker. You go and have a go then. Carlton and the old European generation and bringing that flavour to the footy club, and that's what makes the jumper punch. It's what makes our footy club.
Yeah, even when I was playing, mate, there's a lot of Greeks, Italians around,
best,
stuff
mate.
like that. So it was
Cooter and Ange.
Yeah, all the boys. Yeah, they're a bit after me, but I mean, even in our time, Serge Silvani, all those sort of guys, they were around the footy club right through, mate. So.
Absolutely. I think I've done a pretty good job. Would you say I've done a good job? They can't really climb. I've got to get back down. Going on at the store. What's happening at the store? Shall we go for a bit of a walk around, Rock? Let's go. Show us what's happening at the store.
Well, we've been here for about 15 years at this particular store, selling bikes, mate. So that's been sort of me for the last 20 years or so. If anyone wants to come in, we're happy to help you out. I mean, we've got all sorts of bikes, and mountain bikes, road bikes, electric bikes. We service the bikes here as well.
Perfect.
So,
beautiful. Yeah, there's the service centre out the back there. Certified mechanics, for those wondering.
Absolutely, mate. You got to be these days. So.
I think it's... there we go. How was that? So yeah, what's the best bike? I see the Avanti road bikes.
Yeah, they're good. I mean, this one over here is not bad.
Let's go have a look.
That's a sort of nice road bike. This one here, electronic gears and stuff.
Electronic gears.
Yeah,
look at this. This one's got glitter on it.
Carbon frame. So it's for someone that's a bit more sort of roady and stuff like that. There's a couple of other bikes over here with.
We can come and have a look.
E-bikes.
This is. I'll tell you what. You're in. Let me tell you, the demographic of Brunswick. It is perfect. For the bike riding area of Australia. I reckon this is the bike ride. Is this the bike riding capital of Australia, Brunswick?
There's a lot of commuters and stuff here. They love riding their bikes into the ground here, into the city, back and stuff.
It's the best, mate. What else have we got? Let's come and have a look. Here we go.
You like this one here, mate? This
oh,
nice e-bike.
Geez.
Yeah.
Look at this thing.
Yeah. That's got a motor in it, battery.
Look.
Yeah.
Powered by Bosch.
So it is. I'll
come around this side. Look at this. What's this one called? This is a Scott.
That's a Scott bike there from Switzerland, the Scott brand. But they're really nice bike running the Bosch motor, 500 watt battery. So something like that, you get about 120 k's out of it.
I reckon this is what Lance Armstrong was using at the Tour de France. He was using the electric bike.
He was ahead of his time. He was using some sort of electrics.
You know what? I heard, and I don't know if this is an unconfirmed rumour or not, but I actually heard that he recently signed up for an Essendon membership.
He likes the edge, right?
Spirit.
Very good, mate.
You're a star, mate.
Nice of you to pop in, boys.
Thank you very much.
Right. No worries.
My ride, Brunswick. Get down if you're in the area.
All the best to Carlton people, mate. All the best.
Go Baggers.
Blues.